Well,
we are ready to go.
Hello, everybody. We are now live, Jack. Welcome to Today We Play.
So you're telling me I should stop telling you about my rash?
Yeah, D's nuts joke didn't precede that, so.
All right, what's up? I was trying to think of a way to get like rash into rash on D's nuts, but then actually that just tells everyone where my rash is.
That's probably when I get that checked out.
Ah.
So, hello everybody, I'm Nick Lander, the editor-in-chief of the Escapist, who doesn't have a rash. Joined by Jack Packard, who does seem to have a rash somewhere where he doesn't want them.
There's like when you get older, Nick, there's just a lot of chafing everywhere. That's just a thing that happens.
Well, boy, for like the last 2 weeks, we've just really gone down that route, huh? Yeah, because I know you saw Yahtzee's clip from yesterday.
Very fun, Nick. You gotta learn how to roll, man. You gotta roll with these.
That was so unexpected.
Well, yeah, that's Yahtzee's shtick. It's great.
But all right, so
classic masturbation joke. Well, actually, that would be a sex joke, not a masturbation joke, because he was alluding that you were trying to masturbate him or just having sex with him, and you weren't doing a very good job at it. That was the joke. I like explaining jokes.
Now I feel uncomfortable. Anyways, returning to Returnal. This is the newest game from Housemarque, exclusively on PS5. Embargo dropped today. You can hear all about Marty and I's thoughts on the game over on the main Escapist channel. So I am going to be showing off at least 2 hours of the game today. So what's going on is this is the kind of end game portion. So you won't see any spoilers because I'm basically just going to run through what I need to run through again, which is basically running through the entire game again. So you won't see any spoilers. I can answer pretty much any questions people have about the game. There's also a challenge mode here I can do to show off my gamer good skills. But,
your gamer good skills?
Yep. But for those curious about what Returnal is, as we described it on the Thursday Escapist show, is that it's a roguelite action-adventure mystery thriller is essentially what we're calling it. And because I jumbled my words in that episode saying, I meant to say that it feels like a Souls-like when I'm playing it, with I'm going out, I'm collecting resources, trying to upgrade my character to go take on the boss. Everybody in the comments is like explaining to me how it's not a Souls-like. I'm like, yes, I get it. Please shut the fuck up already.
But what you were saying was there are aspects that you equated to Dark Souls.
Yeah, like in my head, like when I'm going through the loop, like my head is like, oh, this feels a lot like a Souls game.
Sure.
Not that it is a Souls-like.
That's a valid thing to say. Is like, oh, this, like if something had a gothic horror setting, you would say kind of it reminds me a lot of a Dark Souls setting. Not to say the game is like Dark Souls, right?
Yeah, so I've had people explaining to me all day what a Souls-like is, as if I haven't been playing them for the past year now on live streams.
I think like moral of the story is people are awful. Absolutely. Would you say that kind of like Minecraft, it has an RPG element to it?
I'm ending the stream right now. People are asking if this has, since I'm in the end game, this is going to have spoilers. No, you will not see. The only spoilers you're going to see are like some of the extra abilities you get. But I mean, if you play the game at all, it's not a spoiler because you'll you literally see like the grapple hook points before you even get to them. So yeah, nothing I'm about to do is a spoiler. I'm basically going to run through. This is the very first biome in the game. You've probably already seen this in previews. So essentially, what I'm going to do is run through the first and second biome and get to the bosses, so you can see just how crazy this game can get.
Okay. What I will say is, like, I remember seeing this, like the teaser trailer at an E3, whether it was last E3 or 2 E3s ago. And And then only recently watching the gameplay of it and just saying, holy crap, I did not, like, based off of the advertisement, I did not expect this, like, a game that looked this awesome.
Yeah, well, I know you love Risk of Rain. You would love this. This would be, like, your game of the year. I promise you.
That's what I keep seeing in the chat and I keep hearing online is everyone says, like, yeah, this is just, like, very, very pretty Risk of Rain. Or Risk of Rain 2, to be more accurate. And I guess, you know, once again, I'll ask Sony to maybe make some more PlayStation 5s, I guess. And maybe then I can actually play the dang thing. But hey.
Chat, do you let me know if the audio is too loud? It was pretty loud on my ears, so I just lowered it down a bit more. Should be okay now. Yeah, so the core loop of this, as we described in the Escapist show episode, is like you're going through the world. It's procedurally generated, and a big part of the game is just kind of risk reward. So, like as you saw, the very first door I went through had like a blue marker down on the map. Those are usually like treasure rooms or challenge rooms.
Oh, okay.
And so you can go in there and find loot, and so things that are blue like this are usually just upgrades. So this will drop or upgrade my weapon proficiency, which is down in the bottom left.
Grapple hook alert! Everybody, yep. Grapple hook alert!
Yep, there's a grapple hook. Like learning to read the map is super important because that's how you find all the secret things. So anything green is related to your health, which they call integrity, and you can continually build up that health bar.
Someone is wondering if you are able to turn off motion blur.
Yes.
Okay.
I probably should have done that a long time ago.
Yes, you probably should have.
Games should just stop including motion blur.
Honestly, we don't need it in a video game.
I can't think of any game where it's made things look better besides maybe like a fast-paced action slasher.
Even then, like, I want to see what I'm action slashing.
So I just walked into a boss room. That's the RNG part of this. I can end up here. Don't want to be here.
Sure. This looks insane.
Oh, this is nothing. Yeah, this is absolutely nothing. When you see the first boss, you can be like, "What?"
This game is phenomenal. Yeah, I had no idea a game like it, based off of the advertisement. Nothing told me that this was going to be a fast-paced action game. I was expecting something akin to like a first-person walking horror simulator based off of the advertising. This is terrible.
You know what the combat of this actually reminds me of almost the most is Doom Eternal.
Oh yeah.
Just having to constantly keep moving to stay out of line of fire and dodging all the different attacks. And it's got kind of that same pace to it. It's not as difficult because it's third person, so you can see more. I was not prepared for this boss.
Well, I mean, it looks like you're doing a decentish job.
Nope, because I'm about to die.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Never mind. You suck. Get good.
I could technically leave, but you know, people want to see me die. So.
Well, yeah. That's the whole. That's the whole point. This is really just Risk of Rain 2 Next Gen Edition. Yeah, this looks
it's really not. I mean, the gameplay feels like it, but I mean, the whole progression loop is nothing like Risk of Rain.
And I'll just, you know,
because Risk of Rain is almost like surviving as long as you can. This isn't like that.
Well, the real gimmick to Risk of Rain is the multiple power-ups that you get and how they interact with each other. And so, like, you know, the real premise of Risk of Rain is to try to get synergy between your 100 power-ups.
Yeah, this isn't like that. This is very much more a risk-reward thing where you can have a few different power-ups.
Gotcha.
And like right now, if you see my top left, I have malfunctions because he was hitting me with like purple charges, which give you malfunctions.
Oh, okay.
Shit. Now I'm dead.
Sure. Yeah, and I mean, presentation alone, absolutely. Yeah. It's a third-person shooter in procedurally generated worlds. That's incredibly Risk of Rain 2. Right. Absolutely. But, yeah.
Roguelite, not roguelite. I don't know what they're referring to. I've always said it's a roguelite. I now know the difference between roguelike and roguelite.
Yes, Nick correctly, or I believe he correctly called this a roguelite at the beginning because there are permanent upgrades.
Yes.
Yeah, so Nick correctly said roguelite, at least here in the live stream. I did not watch your and Marty's video.
I said it in the video to you.
You might have messed it up there. I only assume that you did because everyone's mad at you.
That's okay.
Okay.
Right. I'm a games journalist. Everybody's mad at me every day. All the time. Never stops. I could give every game in the world a 10 out of 10 and I'd still be hated.
Classic. Does the main character look like Gwendolyn Christie, or am I mistaken?
That's who Marty thought it was at first.
Well, that's who Yahtzee thought did the voice for it. I was talking with Yahtzee the other day, and he assumed that she did the voice for it. She did not.
Nope. But yeah, I went in this game like being interested in like the aesthetic of it. The gameplay looks pretty fun.
Yeah.
But as you know, I'm not a big fan of like roguelite or roguelikes because I don't like games that just kind of reset my progress.
Yeah.
And that was like one of my biggest hindrances to getting into Dark Souls in the first place, is I just hated having to go through the same thing over and over again. But this game's just kind of addicting.
This might be the one for you.
Like, this is legitimately one of the only games I've played like this kind of ever, but also one that like as soon as I finished, I wanted more of it. Like I just want to keep playing.
Let's see here. Who does the voice of the lady from Returnal? Let's see here. I am trying to look up who is doing the voice of the lady. And her name... Oh, here we go. Returnal video game. The name of Saline is Anne Bayer. Anne Bayer. Who looks very familiar, but I can't immediately recognize her. Anne Bayer. Let's see what she's done. She was on a TV show called The Disappointments. she was in Mank.
You just watched it.
Well, to be fair, her credit in Mank is female party goer. So I can't imagine she had a big role in Mank. I've never heard of these. Oh man, she was in Puppet Master, The Littlest Reich. That means she's quality. That's great.
Already been in there. Don't need to do this.
She was in a Puppet Master movie. That's great. Oh man, that's fucking great. Yeah, she hasn't been in a lot, but she looks very familiar.
So this is her first video game credit, though.
Let's see here. She is in a video game, TV series, short, TV series, Mank, TV series. Yeah, this looks to be her first video game voice. Oh. Well, good.
Yeah, she did a really good job with this. This game like screams Prometheus. It's one of my favorite things about it too. It's just the atmosphere of this game. Like, I don't know what it is. I think a lot of it's just come down to the sound design. Like everything's so like mystical.
Sure.
I don't know if that's the best way to describe it.
Mystical.
Yeah, it's just got I don't know. It's just so like sci-fi that's just really fucking good. That's how I'm gonna say it. That's my quote. Sci-fi that's just really good.
Well, great. Where's Cookie, Mr. Black Darkness? Not in my office and not scratching to get in the door, so I will take it. I took her out for a walk right before the stream, just to hopefully tire her out, to see if she will not break into my office like she's been doing. That's what happens. Did the Disappointments perform poorly, Jack? I have no idea. I've never heard. She was also in one episode of General Hospital. which is still on the air.
Still?
Which I just learned. Apparently, it's in 2020.
Jesus,
it was.
my mom was watching that when I was a baby.
Right. I have not heard of any of the projects she has been a part of, besides knowing of the Puppet Master franchise. That's all. That's literally all I know, and of course, Mank. And so I have never heard of any of the TV shows or shorts that she has been a part of. That's all I'm saying.
So one of the other similarities, I guess, between Risk of Rain and this is your proficiency in adrenaline ratings.
Okay.
So down in the middle of the screen, you probably see that like pulsing bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your adrenaline. So every 3 kills you do, you gain a level of adrenaline.
Okay.
And then that gives you like a weapon power up. So like you'll see that I'm shooting now. There's like little blue homing things going out with it. So that my weapon and my abilities get more and more powerful the more adrenaline I have. And then if you take a hit, that resets.
Oh, interesting. So like theoretically, if you killed 9 enemies without getting hit, you would get 3 upgrades to your weapon.
Yeah.
And they would stack, or do they change?
No, they stack. So, yeah, once you get to, like, a proficiency, or adrenaline 5, you're maxed out.
Oh, okay,
So it's like, that's part of the reason why it's an addicting loop, because you just constantly feel more and more powerful, and then you get reset, and then you start over again.
Sure. Let's see here, Jack. Wasn't Ann Byer the mocap artist, and the voice was done by Jane Perry? Oh, I have no idea. All I know is Ann Byer, according to IMDb, plays Celine in Returnal. That's literally all I know. That's the IMDb credit. When I Google, and that's what came up when I Googled Returnal voice actress. So this is the best that I can do. This is the best information that I have for you. Let's see here. Oh, I see what you're saying though. Yeah, so Ann Byer is credited as Celine. Jane Perry is credited as Celine voice. Oh. See, come on. Get it out.
You'd be surprised how many like likenesses they use, but different voices. It's kind of weird how games do that a lot.
Well, and then it's like, if you're going to get a credit for mocap, which, by the way, you should definitely get a credit for. That is an artistry. Put that in the thing. Like, put that on there for that other actress that she did the mocap work for. Okay, this makes much more sense. Jane Perry has a lot more video game voice credits. She's in Cyberpunk. She's in Squadron 42. She did Rogue Amenadaries. She's in Hitman 3.
Okay.
She's in Hitman 2. This
is the part that's like Souls, a little bit. So you collect all those, like, you've seen all those like little yellow things I'm collecting.
Yeah.
So you have to find these areas. You don't just know where they are. This is one of the upgrade areas, and so you can come in here and spend those obolites on upgrade materials or like an item to give you back health, or there's other things that I won't spoil later on. But people like I have to wonder, like, for some of the people that reviewed the game, if they like really spent time learning the mechanics of it, because everybody is saying how difficult the game is, but like there's quite a few things to manage that difficulty. So like without spoiling anything, there are like respawn points you can find, and so you don't have to go back to the ship. There's items that also help you respawn.
And according to what Nick's doing right now, there's incredible cheesing capabilities.
Yes.
Look at you. I'm going to stay on this side of the door. I love it.
It's a real tactic.
Listen, it's not dumb if it works. That's the rule.
There's almost sometimes you have to do that in the game just survive.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, like the combat encounters you're seeing now are nothing. Like once you get farther in, it just gets almost ridiculous. I think Sora 383 made a donation.
Yes, I see that. Let's see here. Sora 383, thanks for the $6.99 Canadian, who says, Jack, I need your expertise. Uh-oh. I'm not an expert in many things. I'm creating a form for a coworker with dyslexia. Is there a font, style, color that would make it easier for them to use? One, that's an incredibly admirable thought. I'm not a super expert there, only because, unfortunately, dyslexia is this wide gamut of different things. And so, like, things that work for me might not work for them.
That's the first time my game has ever crashed.
Oh, no! Returnal! You've crashed!
I'm reporting it.
Report that crash, Nick.
Probably means
but
I
yeah.
lost my run too. That sucks.
Oh, sorry. So Sora, I'll tell you what works for me is just, like different like boldness as far as like the important thing is in bold, regular, important thing is in bold, and making sure that there's not too long of chunks. And so if there's a big long paragraph, it's going to be like, and so, separating the important chunks into boldness boxes, that sort of thing, or ask, like I said, ask them, like, what, do you know what works for you? How can I make this form easier for you? I don't know if you think that is rude. I don't believe it. I don't believe it's rude just to say, hey, if I can make this form in a different way if it's easier for you to read, that sort of thing. That's the best advice I have. Sorry, I can't be more specific.
That's the first time the game has ever crashed on me over 20 plus hours of playing for review. Maybe it has something to do with their day one patch they just released.
Sure. Oh, and Sora, according to Lampy88 over in the Twitch chat, the British Dyslexia Association publishes a style guide that can be super helpful. So check out the British Dyslexia Association, because apparently they have style guides that might be able to help. That's fantastic. Tabichev, someone was asking if I had any tips and hints for dyslexic readers. As I've said many times, I am very dyslexic, and sometimes find it very difficult to read long forms. And so they were asking for hints as far as creating a form for a coworker of theirs, and that was that.
So these are malign. I don't know. I can't really say the word. Malignant. Yeah. So these are like part of the risk reward thing where I can take one of these, but it's going to probably give me a malfunction, which you see up on the top left. So if I do there's 3 little bars on the left of my health bar down there to the left. Once you fill those up, you get a little health boost, or it increases your integrity amount.
Okay.
So I can keep picking these up, and you can take on a total of 2 malfunctions. If you don't clear it again, then the third one you pick up can either remove like a big chunk of your integrity, it can destroy an item like a key that you need.
Oh, okay.
So it's very much risk reward with those things.
Ooh, that's fun. I like that. That's throwing them bones. That's gambling time.
Yeah, and again, that's like part of the reason why I found it so addicting, because you start to learn you start to think really hard about well, do I want to take this risk? Because there's also these parasites. You unlock these a little bit later on in the game. Still not really a spoiler. So these also have attributes that you can attach to your character, and they can detach and remove. They also there's always a trade-off for taking it. So like this one I'm going to pick up. This is going to raise my health bar a big chunk. But the next time I get a malfunction, it's going to be a lot harder to remove it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fun. What's worth it? What can I play around with? Well, that's always, to me, the fun of games that are either roguelike or roguelite, which is sometimes if your run isn't going the best, I gamble big and just
Yep.
like just to see what it does because like I'm probably gonna die in the next level anyway. Let me just fuck around with this stuff and really learn if some of it is worth it or not. That to me is fun.
Yep, that's pretty much how I played it. Sometimes I would go into a boss with like almost 2 full bars of health, the best possible weapon I could get. Still wasn't enough, so then I just kind of played it a different way, and then I beat the boss.
Sure.
This,
Because it's fun.
yeah, this game's tough, but it's not. I don't know. Like I'm playing Bloodborne's DLC on New Game Plus right now, and it just feels like oppressively difficult. Where like I don't think I'm gonna ever beat it. This doesn't feel like that.
Why are you
I didn't
playing on
mean
New
to.
Game Plus? Oh, that's such a, no. Like the DLC is hard enough in regular game, man. Holy
Oh, you did the old
moly.
Hunters?
Huh?
Did you play the old Hunters?
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I just got to the first boss and it scared me and I quit. Not really.
It's
it
it's
definitely
so
killed me.
much though. I think a lot like the Dark Souls DLC, where it was like, oh, we know anyone who's buying this DLC is super sold on Dark Souls or Bloodborne. So guess what? We're cranking that difficulty way up.
Right. Well, all I know is that when I beat it, and no KC's in the chat, when I do beat it, I get the title of Souls Champ back. So
Casey, you gonna let that happen?
he doesn't even get to agree to it. It's just gonna happen.
I don't know about that.
No, don't fall off the edge, damn it! God.
I don't know if I'm Bloodborne King. I mean, you know, we played Bloodborne, the Bloodborne DLC back in the prereq days live. That doesn't make me king. It's just a game I enjoy.
All I really have to do to become the king again is go fight whatchamacallit in Sekiro.
I don't count that as a Soulsborne. So.
Well, KC and I do, so you're just counted out.
And see, this is what really makes me the king is like I get to make the rules, and so oh, I'm sorry, it's not it doesn't
No,
count.
no, I could censor you.
That's true. That's true.
You have no power here.
I have no power anywhere. My power is understanding I have none. I'm just here, man. I'm just here. All I have is liquids and snacks.
Soon you won't even have those.
Right? I'm working my way through 3 of my liquids currently, so we'll see.
So somebody asked in the chat, what, without spoiling anything, like what are the permanent upgrades you get? That's mostly tied to the things that, like the Metroidvania aspects, so that when you revisit places, you can enter new places and all that.
Oh, sure. So like unlocking new paths.
Yeah,
that sort of thing.
you're not gonna unlock like new health or anything like that.
Ah, okay.
You're not gonna unlock permanent health upgrades. Yeah. So
Okay.
That's one of the things that makes the game really challenging. So like, you do have to decide like how much time you want to spend grinding and how many extra rooms you want to go to, because like you will learn like the landmarks. You will know where like a boss is, where you need to go technically.
Sure.
Because you just follow the doors. Really, it's not difficult to navigate. But it really is just, you know, how much time do I want to spend leveling up?
Yeah.
How much is that piece of gear worth it to me? Do I really need the health upgrade? Well,
Right, and it's like, you know, also just like squashing that part of your brain that's like, ooh, I just want to I want to like clear the level. I want everything open in the level, but it could hurt me.
yeah, I did that I made that mistake quite a few times. I was like, you know, I should go to the boss, but maybe I'll go to this one more door and get one more resin piece. And then I died, and I'm like, you idiot. Why would you do this to yourself?
Because that's the part of your brain.
Yep.
Honey Money, I have very boring snacks today. I have a Cliff protein bar. It's vanilla almond. It's very boring.
But yeah,
Very boring.
Some people are posting about how they spent 90 minutes on a run. I was like, hey, yeah, like, how?
Because you can, man. Slow and steady. Slow and steady.
Now I have a pretty nice assault rifle. I'm kind of happy with this right now.
So you really don't want to be hit.
Well, I can get hit. I just can't die.
Oh, okay.
You don't lose your gun if you get hit.
Oh, that, you know what? That's how you made it sound earlier.
Oh, no. You just lose the upgrades you're getting.
You lose the counter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's weapon proficiency, so that you don't lose. I mean, you lose if it resets if you die, obviously. But as you keep, like, the longer you're alive, the higher your weapon proficiency gets.
Right. I'm with you. Does Cliff have its own pro? Yeah, it's a Cliff CLIF Builders. Its protein is 20 grams of protein. That's very exciting.
I eat Cliff bars all the time.
I don't like the regular Cliff bars, but the protein ones are all right.
Yeah, eat the protein ones. I didn't know there were regular Cliff bars.
Yeah, just like a regular. Like this is a specific. I guess this is a high protein bar. Which is just a lot. It's a lot. Eating has no meaning for me anymore because I'm trying to hit a protein goal every day. So food doesn't matter anymore. It's just shoving my face full of protein all day.
So here's another thing that can happen. The room can lock you down into it. So usually, like, once you kind of know what you're doing, you can start just kind of rushing through rooms if you don't want to waste your time getting things that you might not need. But occasionally rooms will lock you down and put you in with, like, a boss. A mini boss.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Was not ready for that.
Are you ever ready? Heard from an American Living, we have good protein bars. I need some better ones. These Cliff bars, they're the best I can get at the grocery store. Holy man. I need some better ones.
Here's how it kind of turns into Dark Souls, where you get stuck in an arena. I mean, not Dark Souls, Doom a little bit, where you're stuck in an arena room having to just kind of keep circling around to survive.
Well, and when a mini boss spawn, like, tell me about, like, general enemy spawning, which is like, do they keep spawning, or when you clear a room, is it done?
No, when you clear a room, it's done.
Okay. Yeah, there's some, like, I sometimes prefer that, like, in my experience, that's like the Isaac versus Spelunky, where it's like Isaac, once you clear the level, you can just, like, poke around and goof around, but in Spelunky, the ghost comes after a little bit to kick you out of each level. And so I'm okay with either as long as it serves a purpose. But I would love the idea of, like, these big 3D, like, rich environments, just being able to walk around after I've cleared them all out.
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Nice.
And even when you leave the room, they don't come back either.
Oh, that's neat.
So here's one of those locked gates. So you need a trophy keys for these, atrophy keys for these. And
okay.
And, like, usually behind these doors, there's some pretty nice upgrades. Oh, or another boss room. Unfortunate.
Greetings from West Alice. This game looks great. We'll be playing tonight. Jack, you are welcome to come over and play anytime. Well, thanks, Grant. Thanks again for the nutty bar on the set of Space Cop. Oh, all right. I do like a good nutty bar. Apparently, I gave one to Grant Barr while we were filming Space Cop.
Oh.
You know nutty bars? Or maybe they're like Nutty Buddies. I always forget. There's, like, thin wafer with peanut butter in between and then covered with chocolate. They look like giant Kit Kats. They're beautiful.
Somebody asked about the auto aim of this. So, yeah, you don't need to be, like, great at Twitch shooters to play this.
Okay.
Basically, if your reticle's near it, your bullets are gonna hit it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like within that, like, hexagon, or just near-ish?
Pretty much within the hexagon. It's more a lot more about, like, keeping moving and making sure you're working in the right direction. That's the other really cool thing about this game too, is the 3D audio, which Sony's been, we kind of goofed off. We kind of gawked at when they were making a big deal about it on one of those live streams on the Escapist show a while back. But this game, like, really uses it. Like, I had my friend over watching me play Breaking Embargo.
Oh, terrible!
And he was kind of, like, really surprised that I could just know that something was shooting at me behind me, and that was all because of the 3D audio on my speakers.
Ooh. Neat. Oh yeah, and for those asking about like whether or not the dev is sponsoring this stream, no. The reason why you saw like many YouTubers upload reviews today is because today the embargo broke, so you can upload your reviews today. Which is why Nick is streaming it today, because we can.
And we're trying to be more current with our coverage because we cover a lot of older things, and Yahtzee's abstained from reviewing some of the newer stuff lately, so I'm like, all right, we gotta get our coverage up for that stuff then, because people are looking for it.
Right. So
okay, so that thing I just picked up was called Ether. That's the only permanent resource you get. So those things you can pick up. They're like little yellow things, and you pick those up, and you keep those if you die. So one of the strategies is, going around grinding out for those, because they're useful for things I won't spoil.
Gotcha.
So that's like I was reading a lot of the reviews, and people were saying how difficult the game was, and they give you a lot of tools to make it not super difficult. And kind of once you really just get the pace of combat down and know which weapon you like it's not terribly difficult anymore.
Honey Money is wondering if you can pause the game. You said something about switching in the Escapist show.
No, you can't pause during a run. You can go back to the home screen, but if you entirely quit the game, then you're going back to the ship, which I learned the hard way.
Sure.
Was not thrilled when that happened the first time.
Gotcha.
Should be getting to the boss soon. I've gone through most of this map.
Oh Lord, people are talking about 3D audio versus binaural audio. I have no idea what any of that means. That's just, I'm so sorry.
I don't. Oh God, he followed me in here, cheater. I'm supposed to go through those doors.
Yeah. So Andrew Hickenbottom, right? If someone calls you while you're playing this game, you cannot answer. That is true.
Well, you can pause it. I can pause it like that.
Well, I just asked you if you could pause it, and you said no. I think Nick needs to take a couple listening lessons.
No. Oh, there's a boss room down there. I already passed it. How did I end up in here?
Yeah, that's right. Nick is a liar. This is Pausegate. Pausegate 2021.
You're Pausegate 2021.
That's right. But mine is because of animal paws. I'm having my hands surgically replaced.
Oh.
With bear paws.
Oh.
It's a commentary on my Second Amendment rights.
Ah.
Do you get it?
Unfortunately.
But here's the important question. Do you get it?
Happy with yourself?
You know I am. Nick, no one finds me more funny than I do.
I mean, I know how that is. It's for me. We're the same person in that regard.
I am fortunate enough that my wife finds me almost as funny as I do, and so we have a good time. I apologize to no one. To no one. Let's see here.
Ooh, I have a
basically, it's clever maps that make sound more like they're 3D with only 2 channels. Ah, okay. Thanks, Lampy. You know, I remember. I don't know if I've ever told this story before. I came across a man once. A friend of mine was, or still does work in advertising, and he was working with a client who created this amazing sound device. And what it was, basically picture it was like a perfectly calibrated 3/4 circle. And what you could do is, like, I'm sitting at my desk right here, is you could place this 3/4 circle around you while you're sitting at a desk and just put 2 speakers right to your left and to your right. And what it would do, Jack came across a man once. I did.
I think you missed it because I think he's riffing off of Yahtzee yesterday.
I came across a man once. I paid him $10 for it.
Damn, you got jack pockets now.
Yeah.
All right, son, before you finish that, I'm about to head down to the first boss.
Oh, cool. I'm excited to see it. So in any case, it was like this 3/4 circle, and you put it all around you, and then you just put 2 regular speakers like right at the edges of the circle, and it was able to perfectly mimic 3D sound. And so he was hoping that this is patented audio device that this man had created. And my friend of mine who knew I was a big gamer was like, "Hey, can you like download? Oh, okay. Ooh, I like this area. Love that fog.
Yeah. Oh, the atmosphere effects in this game are awesome.
Oh, that's beautiful." And so I loaded up Half-Life 2. I loaded up Doom 2016. I loaded up like a handful of games, right? And I brought my gaming PC, and he sat me down in this thing, and it was basically to test out whether or not the 3D sounds worked. And here's the crazy thing: is it did incredibly, just with 2 speakers and this 3/4 circle thing. It was intense. Like I went into Half-Life 2, and just like messed around with like the guards. How they talk to you in the opening levels, and I turned my character around, and sure enough, I heard the guards behind me. It was insane. And then you play Doom 2016 and all the gun noises and the monster noises, and you can actually hear 3D sound. It was really, really fascinating. And I got to play around with this, and we chatted for a little bit about how we could market this to gamers. And I don't think anything ever came of it, but it was a neat experience. And that's the end of my story. I don't have a good ending to it.
Still not getting Dark Souls vibes?
Well, yeah, big boss.
Super large health bar. Bunch of movements you have to telegraph.
Yeah. I get it. I also see, it's very bullet helly, which is great.
It's like a mix of Dark Souls and bullet helly with the bosses.
Yeah. And I'm super down with bullet helly games, so I like that.
Shit. I'm probably not gonna beat this on the first try again.
That actually sounds kind of neat. Hasn't been sold anywhere. Not that I know of. The problem that we came across as we were kind of discussing things is, for him, this was set up as like a personal, like audio file situation where you could just sit in here and listen to, records using this device, but not a huge market in that, like sitting alone listening to records. Well, that was a neat boss though.
Yep. Now I get to go all the way back.
Yeah.
And here's the kicker: once you get to like the next biome, if you die in that biome, you come all the way back.
Yep. But so like he had me first like listen to some of his records with this like surround thing, and it was unbelievably phenomenal. Like I could imagine if I were an audiophile person just sitting in a chair and enjoying that kind of experience, and it was fantastic. But I don't think it ever came to market because like one of the problems is it's a thing that you have to put around your chair and like clip to your desk, and so it's just like it's this thing that more shuts you off from the world as you are gaming. I remember it being a little expensive. Ooh, I like the look of that guy. But yeah, so it wasn't necessarily like a practical thing for your average gamer, is what I think the conclusion they came to. But it was really an experience. Just listening to weird music. Not weird music, I'm sure it was good music. But listening to music and playing games. Audiophiles and VR gaming, exactly. This would work great for VR. Yeah, as long as you were sitting, that's the thing.
So I'm assuming I don't know if people want to see me beat the boss, because then it might spoil a cutscene, so I can go to the next area. Just show off a different environment and take on that boss. Yeah, somebody was mentioning the load times. There are no load times in this game. It's incredible how fast this game loads. Like, I'm going to a whole new area. That's it. That's all that loads. That's how fast it goes.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful.
You know, this game is like insanely polished. Like, I did not run into any bugs or glitches really at all. Besides that one crash. That's the first time I've something happened with this game.
Yeah. Yeah, very interesting. Called Dolby Atmos headphones. Ah, yeah. That's probably another reason why this giant device never came to market. Is, you know, they just made better headphones.
Oh, I didn't even know I could go up there.
Well, this is definitely another compelling argument to add to the PlayStation 5 list. Not like it matters, because they don't exist.
Yeah.
You know, it's an Andy Kaufman-esque ruse that Sony has pulled on everyone, convincing us all that PlayStation 5s are a real thing.
Oh god,
and Nick's in on it. Nick's in on the joke.
I just got real lucky and pre-ordered one at the very first wave. And, like, literally the second I pre-ordered it, they were sold out on Walmart.
I believe it.
This is just a mini boss. Like the difficult. Oh my god, I'm almost dead. The difficulty like significantly ramps up once you get to this level, this area.
Sure.
But if I kill this thing, I get a really nice weapon bonus.
And like, do you just have your handgun at this point?
Yep.
Oh my god.
But
it's just spewing.
Yeah, but I did get a weapon proficiency upgrade before I walked in there, so that it was more powerful than it was in the first area.
Oh, okay.
Nope, don't want this weapon. This weapon sucks. I hate this weapon. Where's my gun?
I don't believe you, Slatterin. I don't believe you. I will. No, I'm a man of science. I only believe in things that I can see. I do not yet believe that PlayStation 5s are real. That's not true. I've seen one at Best Buy in the display case.
Did you ask me if you could buy it?
No. It was their in-store, you know, play one. I have seen them.
We just tell them I want to play it at home, please.
Yeah, you know, like I can't really decide if I'm gonna buy this because I haven't played it on my TV. So if you can just loan it to me, I'll give it right back.
And if you don't, well then you'll know at least you made one happy customer.
Exactly. I know. PlayStation 5s and nice graphics cards are only in the hands of scalpers at the moment. So sad.
Yes, we're looking to get Marty. Well, Marty's looking to get a PC because he's going to be doing a lot more video stuff with me.
Sure.
And then the new show that we'll be announcing tomorrow. Tomorrow Friday? Yeah, I don't know. Sometime soon. And we're like, I was looking for graphics cards. Like, I think they already discontinued the 20 series.
Well, and I know like you can buy the 30 series as far in pre-built configurations.
Yes.
And so like they're still available, but like for me, I still have a really nice CPU, and I'm just looking for a graphics card update. I can't get one.
Just buy the pre-built PC and then sell it.
Then sell the other parts, right? Yep. Sure, Nick, I'm gonna need an advance.
All right, on to the
I keep seeing like the render times, the render times that are coming out of those 30 series, and it's like, and I'm still running a 10. Yeah, I'm still running a 1070, and it's like, oh baby.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Well, I
I
mean
need one.
the other game I'm playing for review right now that I can't talk about, but everybody can probably guess what it is. The rendering and load times on it is like almost instant on the RTX 2080 Ti. It keeps surprising me like how fast it is. I almost can't tell which is faster, my computer or my PS5.
Right.
First world
What a
problem
what a
I have.
time to what a time to live in. Pure Power, I have an i7, CPU. So it's a nicer CPU. It was, you know, after Prereq stopped streaming, I kind of took my gaming PC and the Prereq streaming PC and made a Frankenstein of all the best parts, and then, you know, we donated all the other parts to people who could use them, who we knew, and yeah. So now I just need a better graphics card. And yeah, crypto miners and COVID.
Binding of Isaac on your. That's where we were joking about. Yahtzee and I were joking. Like, oh man, he's gonna get a PS5 or whatever and just keep playing Binding of Isaac on it.
You fucking know I will. No, and like really, all I wanted a better graphics card for is for render times. Like that's the biggest killer as far as like all of my video work is concerned. Is, you know, you get done with the edit and then you just wait.
Okay.
So really, it's not the biggest deal. It's just on my list, and yeah, it's crypto miners and it's COVID. Like COVID obviously put a huge slowdown on literally every industry. But then, you know, the chip shortage and the graphics card shortage, and yeah, I mean everything that uses chips right now. It got double hit because of the rise of crypto mining, which is just the worst. Just the worst.
Okay.
and Jorge, like, I appreciate that offer, and I think like as soon as it's like that's where like gamers are being double hit right now. So, you know, Jorge was saying if I can find a 360, I'll sell you my 260 Super, which is great, but that's the other problem you see is everyone with the 20 series isn't getting rid of them secondhand.
Yep.
So I can't even upgrade to the 20 series because no one's getting rid of them because there's no 30 series.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna upgrade mine until like the next series comes out, because the 2080 Ti already still does everything I need it to do.
Exactly. But man, oh man, oh man. One of these days, everything will get back to full production, and I'll actually be able to upgrade something or buy a PlayStation 5. I have not invested in any bits in any crypto whatsoever. One, I just don't understand
I
it.
got before.
Resin enhancer.
Yeah, now I only need 2 resin to upgrade my max health.
Ooh, that's nice.
Never picked that up before.
That's nice. I'll just lockpick Nick's door, right, and hit up his 20 series. He'll never know. I'll just pick his lock.
Why isn't my computer starting up?
That's so weird.
It stinks of Jack.
I say as I, you know, drive 20 hours back home.
It's not. Is it 20 hours from Milwaukee to here?
I have no idea. I assume it's quite a drive.
Yeah, about 15 probably.
Yeah. Quite a drive. Yeah, no, I was trying to explain what cryptocurrencies were to my mother the other day. And just in the process of attempting to explain to her, I understood how little I knew. She was just like, you know, because like one of her friends' kids or something was like getting really big into crypto or something like that. So she's like, what is this? And I was like, okay. So money, right? I was like, what gives money value? and you know, like we're not on the gold standard anymore. And so it's like, okay, money only has value because people say it does, right? Wrap your head around that concept. That's the only reason money has value, because we left the United States at least left the gold currency like in the 80s, or the gold standard in the 80s. And so it's like, okay, so a bunch of people got together and say that this is worth money now. And it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's beautiful. Oh, it's just beautiful.
The world is kind of weird.
Exactly. So money, right? That was my... It was... Oh man, it's. So yeah, I never got into the whole cryptocurrency thing. I do remember, like, back in the pre-rec days, there were a few people who watched us who wondered if they could donate to us in cryptocurrency. And Rich and I did look into like setting up a wallet or whatever it's called. And I knew so little, we just said, no, we're good.
Little did you know you could have been rich.
Oh, sure, but I never would have, because I still don't understand how it works. So and you know, knowing me, I would have like lost my password to my wallet.
I feel this money and I don't know what to do with it.
Right, I have all this money and I can't spend it anywhere.
I did not know this void beam did that much damage, and I am fucking angry that I did not use it in my playthrough.
A void beam?
Yeah, did you not see me wipe out that whole collection of people?
Oh, is that what you're going?
Oh god. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
This got wrecked. Oh no! It's okay. Ow. Please stop. I don't want to die right now. I don't want to die right now.
You too, Jorge. What is the price? People are talking a lot about the price of this game. What is the price?
70.
Oh, that's a lot.
It's a lot, but I mean, like I said, it took me, and I didn't really have a hard time with the game after a while. There were parts that frustrated me, but it wasn't like I just died again and again and again.
Sure.
And it took me like 20 hours to finish the campaign. And then there's more
$70.
after that. And then I mean, I don't feel like that price can last for that long. I'm curious how well they're, like, even Horizon and all that are probably gonna be 70. I'm wondering what, like, you know, are they gonna sell? I guess it's only an extra $10 if gaming's your hobby, but
well, and if you've already like spent the money on a PlayStation 5, you're damn well gonna spend that extra $10 on every game, because that justifies the purchase of the bigger item, right?
Yeah. Okay, so that thing's a little bit spoilery, but that's okay because nobody knows what it is.
Well, we won't know what's going on. Besmarge, thanks for the $5, who says Nixon closed the gold window in 1971 even. Oh, okay, thanks. So we haven't been on the gold standard since 1971, according to Besmarch. The difference between dollars and crypto is that if you proffer money, American companies must take it. I don't know what Oh, if you offer, probably. That's just a typo, Besmarch. If you offer money, American companies must take it, but if you offer crypto, they don't necessarily have
But
to.
if we invented the value of money, couldn't I just hand them, like, toilet paper? Like, this is worth something to me, now you have to take it?
See, it's not to you, Nick. It's to us. But if toilet paper was worth enough to enough people, then the answer is
It was
yes.
at the start of the pandemic.
Wait, proffer is a word? You got this is me. If you're gonna use fancy words here, let's see here. That's the difference between money and legal tender. Hold on. It means the same thing. Oh, proffer and offer mean the same thing? That doesn't seem right.
Well, doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. That's funny. That's funny. Well, I think like that's fair. It's just like it's regulatory commissions, and there's a lot of weird things with real money and with crypto money.
My power up wasn't charged yet.
Yes, proffer is a word. I'm a college professor. Well, thanks, Bismarck, for teaching me a new word. But what I'm gonna say is, if two words mean the same thing, and one word only has one more letter, I'm gonna use the one with one less letter, right?
All right, so I'll show you a challenge room now. These yellow doors.
Yeah,
are
do that.
challenge rooms. These are tough.
All right, I'm ready.
If I make it look easy, then well, I'm already almost dead. So.
Sure, but I mean, so it's just a challenge room. So like monsters come in, you got to survive.
But yep, if I die, I go back. So.
Gotcha.
Actually, I picked up an item that gives me an extra respawn, so you might be okay.
Flammable and inflammable, right, Ison? You're with it.
There's an active reload mechanic too, if you haven't noticed.
Active reload
so
mechanic.
When your gun runs out of ammo, you see that little bar in the middle. If you click it on like the yellow, you get a boost.
I'm looking for the bar. In the middle of what?
My reticle.
Reticle.
Reticle? What did I say? Reticle?
You said a recticle, which is something that you have to pay $10 to do to someone. Recticle. I asked her for the old recticle. Ooh.
YouTube got you the other day for adverge. we messed up the word adverse or whatever.
Adverse or
yeah.
Yeah, well, but to be fair, I called myself out because I didn't know. So then it's okay. It's okay if you just call yourself out.
No. Oh Jesus! It's not gonna go well for me. It's not good.
Oh! Crap on that one. You're welcome. You're welcome. Here for all of your rusty trombone jokes. Next time I told him to use a little Vaseline, give me a slippery recticle.
Wait, you're supposed to be dead. How are you still alive? Die. Thank you. Oh god. Health.
Jack, was that recticle voice the voice of Micah Showalter's awful stand-up comedian? Oh man, I love that guy. That's just my general New Yorker voice. Oh. And I think like that's the bad comedians. He is a little older though. What's his jokes now? His really bad jokes. Oh, I love that guy. Oof. When I went to summer camp, all my teachers were dinosaurs.
Open. Thank you. So then, yeah, I already found the item I need in this whole location. So
I am averse to the distinction between adverse and averse. Oh, insightfully daft. That doesn't help. Because I think I said adverse. Adverse versus averse. Hold on. I'm looking up. Adverse usually applied to things often means harmful or unfavorable. Let's see here. Averse usually applies to people and means having a feeling of distaste or dislike. No, so I am averse to people who are really into sports.
So this isn't really a spoiler, but I know a lot of people are concerned about the challenge in this game.
Yeah.
So I was kind of talking about how there's things that can help you respawn. So like collecting artifacts, like maybe the spacesuit can do that for you. The reason I didn't die earlier is because I had another artifact that kept me alive, and you can stack one of each of those artifacts.
Yeah.
And then this is like a respawn thing. So this is what you want to collect ether for, because if you collect ether, then you can use these to respawn.
Oh.
But you can only do it once per run. So if you die and you come back, you can't, and you still have ether, you can't use it to come back again.
Oh, gotcha. I'm with you. I could
actually go back. I'm gonna skip that part so they don't spoil the whole level. I'll just go back to the boss.
I don't think you have to worry about spoiling. Like it's at least without playing it, it's very hard to me to decipher what's going on outside of the core shooting loop. You know.
Right. Oh shit! Where the hell those things come from?
It would be great, by the way, if that door did damage to them. Like if the door fell on them.
Yeah.
Like that would be really fun. That could be a really fun like little mechanic to try to like bait monsters into the doorway to smush their heads.
Grab my other gun. I think somebody's asking if Jack has his own show or if he just co-hosts.
I just co-host every once in a while. Like I will have ideas that I will attempt to script out for a Jack only video. Like last Christmas, I did the what is a Christmas movie video. And I have a few. I have a handful of ideas like that. That's something that I would just do by myself. But I think in general, I work better bouncing off of someone else. Which is, like I enjoyed Underdeveloped, but I like talking to people. I think it's more fun that way. Because then I get to explain the birds and the bees to Nick, and everyone has a good time. So
At least Yahtzee does it when I don't know what's coming.
Well, if you don't know what's coming, Nick, we need to talk about your diet. Heyo. So yeah, I think I work better with other people, but I do have a handful of ideas. None of them have really materialized because either I get bored with the ideas or I discover something that like completely invalidates my original argument.
90% of the time.
Yeah, like that's a lot of it. I want to. Where it's like I'll come up with an idea that really, or I'll come up with something that's like, oh, this really bothers me. I think I could talk about this in a Jack only video. Let me see if I have one of those ideas. Let's see here. No. Oh, that's fun.
Oh, there's kind of another Dark Souls-y mechanic in this, where if you play online and you discover you can discover other players' dead bodies.
Ooh, that's fun.
And then you can see how they died, and then if you want to take on the challenge, you can fight whatever killed them. Oh fuck.
Sure. Oh yeah, like I had most of a script, by the way, for why I absolutely hated the ending of season 2 of The Mandalorian. Like a big long script that was just full of why it was like the most disgusting thing to me. And then like no one seemed to really care either way, and then I kind of gave up caring, and it's like, oh, okay, that's fine. So, yeah. And I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Like, I don't need to go into that anymore because no one seemed to really care either way.
Yeah, I think I've found I really like, instead of writing articles about things, I really do just like to make videos now.
Yeah.
Because I like to be able to converse about it, because I feel like if I'm just writing an article, I'm just talking at people.
Right.
Alright, so now we're going to do the next boss. This guy's a pain in the ass. Doombringer.
The Doombringer.
I don't know which I want.
He's like the lesser cousin to the Doomslayer.
This boss is pretty cool. Also a lot harder than the first one. These bosses aren't spoilers, I mean, when you saw both of them in the previews, if you looked at any of that stuff.
Sure.
I won't go any further than this second area, though.
They... Oh, I like his wings. They do like their tentacles in this game. A lot of tentacles.
Particle effects and tentacles are... God damn, look at the amount of stuff this guy's shooting. And even the amount of stuff he's shooting at me is still light compared to what comes later.
Sure. Make a solo video on the Lost ending. For some reason, the ending of Lost is coming up a lot in pop culture recently, and I don't know why that is. I could make a big thing on why I actually liked the ending of Lost. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't mind it either.
It made a lot of people very, very angry. But I think it's relevant now because that kind of mystery box storytelling is becoming more mainstream and more popular in more television shows, and so I get it why people are thinking back to Lost, but
also because people just hold grudges on media content forever. Can't wait for 10 years from now hearing about fucking Game of Thrones. It's already annoying now. Actually, Game of Thrones I can deal with. The discourse over Last Jedi, though, I could do without ever hearing that again.
Never gonna go away. Has it been 20 years since the ending of Lost? That's
no.
When did? Hold on. Air date of Lost finale.
I forgot. This was stuff.
11 years.
I was gonna say 20 years, but
yes. Well, someone might have been talking about something else with nearly 20 years, but 11 years since Lost ended.
I don't want to use my health. God damn it! I'm doing bad.
Lost was funny because like Lost was before the era, or like the modern era that we know of like prestige television, right? And so before the modern era of prestige television, you needed a way to keep a television show sustainable in perpetuity, forever. And so that was the problem that Lost got stuck into, which was it was a show that definitely needed a plan, but because of the nature of television, they wanted to make sure that it could go on for 12 seasons, 15 seasons, whatever, as long as it was popular. And that was the real problem with Lost, is it needed to be a prestige television event where it had its own self-contained storyline and seasons.
You know what's really funny is like everybody freaking out about how Falcon and the Winter Soldier and WandaVision are only one season. It's like, you really want unlimited seasons of these shows?
Right, no, the answer is no, we don't. We want them to wrap it up within a season, because that's the positive aspects of prestige television.
You gotta learn to know when to let your media go.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Lost tried to teach us that.
And well, Lost also had other problems too. It got caught in the middle of a giant writer's strike, and so like 2-3 seasons right in the middle there were just garbage, which really, really sucks. But
the only thing driving that show forward for like the last half of it was just the characters and wanting to know their fate. I can't even remember the story besides push the button.
Push the button. And to me, like, that's what makes the finale of Lost successful, is the characters wrapped up in a satisfying way. They did not put a button on all the mysteries they set up, and that's frustrating. But all the characters had a satisfying conclusion, and to me, that's what makes it satisfying. I understand the argument that they set up all these mysteries and then forgot about most of them. That's a perfectly valid argument. So, I think the main problem... Cheerful Spider, thanks for the $5. I think the main problem with Lost is J.J. Abrams' addiction to the Wheel of Fish storytelling. Yes, yeah. J.J. Abrams' famous mystery box storytelling, which I want to say Abrams gave a TED Talk about his damn stupid mystery box.
Did he really give a TED Talk?
Yeah. You can watch it. You can watch it.
TED Talk about Star Wars.
He what?
Can't wait for his TED Talk about how to not direct a Star Wars movie.
No, he did fine. I mean, for the first one. I'm talking about The Force Awakens.
Nope.
Force Awakens.
It was a remake.
It's what it needed to be. It was fine. Yeah, it was fine. It set up the characters. But it set it in a world that everyone could understand, in a situation that everyone could understand.
I don't want to talk about Star Wars.
and then it was the job of
Why'd
the
you bring
next
it up?
movie to move it forward. You brought it up, right?
Ow, I died. This is why I can't bring up Star Wars, because then I die.
Yeah. But in any case, he gives a TED talk about his mystery box and like the thing about mystery box storytelling that excites him so much, which is like the not knowing. And it is watching that, like after you see some of his storytelling failures, you understand exactly why he fails, because he does not care about finishing the mystery. He just cares about setting it up. That's his only job.
That's stupid.
Yes, it's very, very
Why do
stupid.
people keep hiring him?
Because he was very
Because he knows how to use fucking lights.
He
knows how to use lens flare. Sorry, I forgot.
He what?
He knows how to use lens flare.
Lens flare was his thing. Yeah, no, he was like, he had a style. He was doing stuff.
The last movie, no, he didn't even direct it. Steven Spielberg. I was thinking, for some reason, he directed Super 8 without Steven Spielberg.
No, Super 8 was him, right?
No, it's Spielberg. Is it Spielberg and did J.J. Abrams and Spielberg work together on it?
No, Super 8 was his homage to Spielberg, is what I want to say. I guess, hold on, I could be wrong. Yeah, no, he wrote and directed Super 8. J.J. Abrams did. But
So
yeah, Super 8 was.
So he didn't
was
even do something. He didn't even do anything original there.
No, that was just him channeling Spielberg.
Has he done anything on his own? Has he ever made an original film that like did well?
Well, I mean, he got famous for Cloverfield, but that was just a found footage monster movie.
Yeah, I don't even remember that movie. I need to rewatch that. I remember it not being great.
It's fine. Like, for what it is, it's fine. It's it's fine.
And there you have J.J. Abrams summed up in 2 words. He's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
Until you let him touch Star Wars.
That's the noise I'll make to stop me from repeating myself. So yeah, and like the extra frustrating thing about him and his damn mystery box is like stuff like that can work. Like, you can set up a bunch of mysteries and not necessarily know where they're going to land. That's a perfectly okay thing. I think about that, not to go full into Dungeons and Dragons, but I know that when I am preparing a campaign or preparing this week's leg of the campaign, I leave stuff in there and I don't necessarily know where it's going to go. And that's part of the collaborative process, is like, I'll put like a book in my campaign, right? And like the players will open the book and I'll say some bullshit's in the book. Oh, like this plant is in the book. And then my players will be like, oh wait, maybe that's important. We want to go investigate that plant. And then like me with the players will come up with why that plant is important, for an example, right? And so like there's no problem in setting up a bunch of mysteries that you don't know where they're going to end up. You just have to figure that out, though. You have to put the effort into figuring that out at some point. Yeah.
Well, at least Returnal has a mystery that you can figure out. So I restarted the cycle after I beat that boss because I didn't want to go into the 3rd biome, not to spoil anything, because that hasn't been shown off.
Sure.
So now we got about 40 minutes left. I'm going to try the challenge mode because that can show people how good I am.
Ooh, okay.
But I need to go online so that I can save my stats and be at the top of the leaderboards before all the gamers get the game. That's the one. That's the one fun part about getting review copies early. When they have leaderboards, you can see yourself at the top of the leaderboard for like a little while.
Because only 5 people are playing it.
Yeah. But
I think to get a little Dingus says, but like Spielberg, he got lucky. Cloverfield was restricted by its premise and work. Spielberg was restricted by shark puppets, and it worked. Yes and no. I think Spielberg has a lot more talent than Jaws shows off, and obviously his career shows that he has a lot more talent than Jaws shows off. Abrams, I do believe, has a talent. It's not a style that I prefer, but I think Abrams is a good dynamic director, and I think he achieves the vision that he is looking for. I don't always, much like Mr. Snyder, I don't always agree with that vision, but he's able to pull off big budget, effects heavy sci-fi movies relatively well. Relatively.
10-gigabyte update.
What?
I can't do the challenge. It's a day one patch. It's probably gonna change a bunch of stuff. I can't do the challenge mode until it's done because you have to be online to play that.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. Name I can't pronounce because there's umlauts in it. Jack, what do you think games should do to be as good as Binding of Isaac or Risk of Rain in terms of hard action rogue-like? For you, of course. The thing that those two games in specific do is build upon your power-ups. The thing that makes Binding of Isaac so phenomenal is the 10 powers combination that you get in one run will give you some bonkers ass powers. Sometimes they're not even good powers. They're just bonkers. I love that. In Risk of Rain, when you have 100 power-ups, they do some weird, insane shit, and that's what I want to see as far as RNG is concerned. I want to see bonkers-ass powers. It's something that that Edmund and I talked about, actually, when we were talking about his creation of Isaac, which is that sometimes because of the dice in Isaac or in Risk of Rain, you will have a shockingly overpowered run. You will be a godchild and decimate everything in your path, and I think that needs to be a possibility in any run, just like it's a possibility that you're going to get shit items and die real quick. That's what makes part of the gamble fun of each run, in my opinion, of course. So
I'm going to work my way, since we won't be able to play the challenge update because there's a 10-gigabyte update.
Sure.
I'm going to work my way back to the other boss.
Okay. I like it. Also, why is Slay the Spire so good?
Somebody's asking if I can show off RE8. I cannot. You aren't even supposed to know that's there.
Uh-oh, you got in double trouble.
But it could also just be the demo. That's the official stance.
Oh, okay. Bum, bum, bum.
We're not popular enough to get in trouble, so.
Oh, okay, good. Wait, that's not good.
Yeah, the trade-off. We could say if we're not too popular, we could say whatever we want, right?
That's true. No one's paying attention. Do what you want. We don't care about embargoes, says Honey Money. Well, Nick has a whole website to run, so he might.
Yeah. Lawyers care about embargoes.
Oh, well. Jack has fiber. He has his protein bar. Oh, actually, thanks for reminding me. It is time. I need to eat. I'm gonna mute my mic so you can't hear me eat. It shouldn't take too long.
What if that's people are here for? What if they're gonna pay to hear you eat?
That I won't. I won't allow it.
You say that, but I ate a dog treat on stream.
Yeah, that's why I won't.
How do we know there's not just a big dog treat in that? That's right, you can't answer because you're chewing, so that means it's true. Can't tell if he's laughing or not, because I'm shooting things. I assume he's laughing, because he's eating a dog treat. And nobody can hear him chew on it and suffocate from it.
That would be really weird. Like, if I was choking on it, yeah.
You're just off of the screen dying, and I'm just sitting here playing my game.
Right? And I'm oh, Jack's doing a funny pantomime thing. Like, you know, no one would hear me.
Nobody would hear you scream.
Nobody would
hear you scream, but they'll see you scream.
Nobody would hear me in here choking because my windpipe would be blocked. That was, oh man, you know. Monetize the shit out of that video to pay for my funeral.
Nick's too focused on his game, watches his co-host die.
Right? That would be reclipped so many times, and we would need all that ad cash to pay for my funeral.
I mean, that's going straight to the corporation.
Exactly.
Ad revenue in support of often on stream. He tries to be healthy. What does he get for it? I really don't do well just talking to myself, so I'm just not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna keep playing the game.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Someone is also mentioning that like it would be a good time to stand up too, and that's really true. It would be a good time to stand up.
Yeah, I've put a lot of hours into playing games for review the last 2 weeks, and my sciatica is kicked back in. Who else has questions about Returnal now that we're not talking about Jay Joyce sucks at making movies, Abrams, something. He's probably watching the stream, and he's never gonna let me interview him. You're mean to me. Doggo stream win. Oh yeah, Max is outside on my porch. I should probably let him in at some point. It's fine. It's nice out today.
It's gorgeous out today.
I know. Wait, how do you know that? Are you here to pick my luck?
I mean, it's gorgeous where I am today. I have no idea what it's like outside of your place right now, because I'm definitely not outside of your place right now.
That's okay. You don't know where I live. You don't know the floor I'm on. You know, I've openly stated what floor I'm on because I've joked about eating myself out the window during Dark Souls streams. How long does it take you to eat a Cliff Bar? They're not that big. He's eating dog treats off to the side. He's doing that thing where he's got like one of those videos running, but it's not really him. Like that nodding video he did. He's got that going so that it looks like he's eating a Cliff Bar, but he's really back behind the screen eating dog treats. He's not replying, so I know it's true again. Just like on Twitter, if you don't reply, you're guilty.
You know, it's a lot. It's a big caloric intake, is the thing. Like, you know, it's a big caloric intake. It's 20 grams of protein.
Yeah.
If you eat it too fast, you're
He's
gonna
choking
have an
on it.
upset tummy, Nick. You're just gonna feel bad afterwards. You gotta,
multiple protein bars during hockey, and I've never had an upset stomach.
I get an upset tummy sometimes if I have too much food too fast.
You are so old.
I'm very old. How many grams of sugar? That's a really important question. Let's look at that. I don't think it's too bad. Only 6 grams or 11 grams of total fat, so that's not totally bad. 16 grams of sugar. Not the best, but not the worst. You know, to me, like, if the protein's over the fat and the sugar, I'm still okay as far as percentages are concerned, so, I'll take it. This probably has more. My 4th drink. This has 10 grams of sugar, this protein coffee drink that I'm about to have.
Protein coffee?
Protein, well, it's high brew coffee, plus protein, creamy cappuccino, 120 calories, but 12 grams of protein. Great for an afternoon coffee pickup after I've literally had a big glass of iced coffee.
You just, what do they sell that in jars?
No, it's in these little cans I held up.
Oh. Grocery store you buy those?
I do like a Amazon, like a scheduled delivery. They're great.
Yeah.
You know, get a big pack of like 20 of them.
I've been starting to drink more coffee again, trying to get off the Mountain Dew.
Oh, that's important. That Mountain Dew's a killer. Jack, do I still put I never put grapefruit juice in my coffee, as you see here.
I literally thought you were about to say you don't put gravy, or you still put gravy in your coffee. Like, what? I was very confused for half a moment there.
No, I double fist grapefruit juice and coffee, and yes, that's what was in this tiny blue cup. Was grapefruit juice that I was having with my iced coffee with no cream and no sugar.
Man, this assault rifle I picked up hits hard. I like.
Ooh, good. Yeah, you know what, Tabachip? I'm with you. I hate the Keurig coffee too. I don't understand. Like, I get it. It's fast and it's easy. I think it's the worst tasting coffee ever. And it just makes a big mess. Like all those awful little coffee cup things.
How do you make a mess with those?
Because those cups get everywhere.
You throw them in the trash when you're done.
Yeah, you're creating more garbage.
Oh. That take creates more garbage than that.
The what?
I said your take created more garbage than any of those do.
First of all, it took me a little bit to understand the burn, but that was pretty sick. I like that. I like that. Yeah, no, I think those cups though are bad because they're like plastic, right? So it's just like plastic garbage that you're adding to the landfill mass.
I'm learning from Yahtzee about quick comebacks.
Yeah, that was pretty good. What's the best choice for grapefruit juice? As long as it's like no sugar added, just like plain pure grapefruit juice, you're fine. Anything you want. Family value grapefruit juice. As long as it's just grapefruit juice.
Or even in those cups, it's just like a very small batch of coffee grounds.
Yeah, and then like you puncture the top with the Keurig and it filters the water through or whatever.
I think on Shark Tank they had one that had disposable cups.
Oh.
But I don't remember if they got a deal or not because like it was soaking through. I don't remember if that was a reason or not.
Sure. Does grapefruit juice have a practical use? Well, one, it is a beverage with the most amount of vitamin C in it ever. And so you can have and it's very low sugar, the unsweetened grapefruit juice. And so, say that again, Nick.
I was gonna say the only juice I can't get behind is prune juice. Ugh.
Yeah, prune juice is rough.
My dad likes that. And he's weird.
You know what's not the worst though?
What?
Is mushed prunes. Like actual prunes that are like mushed up into a paste. Not bad. It's like a jam. Super not bad.
Cranberry juice, that's good stuff.
Cranberry juice is good. But so grapefruit juice has very low sugar, very high amount of vitamin C, and what I have heard is that the high amounts of vitamin C intensify the caffeine effects of coffee. And so if you double fist them, it will give you a bigger coffee buzz. So it's healthy for you, and it helps your addiction. Win-win. Yeah. And the flavor profiles, as long as your coffee has no cream and sugar in it, really do balance each other very nice. Like the dark and the dark and bitter coffee, and then the like sweet bitterness of grapefruit juice. Double fisting them really makes the flavors pop. Super fun.
Goddamn right, I chuckled at double fisting chat. But only because I was picturing Jack just shoveling down juice down his face with two hands at the same time.
Juice and coffee, juice and coffee.
Because I could totally see him doing that before he bit.
You ever see it? Nick, you probably haven't seen it. You ever see oh crap, what's it called? Roller? The Picnic Face movie. No daughter of mine's gonna be a low-down, dirty double-dicker. What's it called? It's like roller. It's not roller ball. It's like roller. Oh god, what's it? The Picnic Face movie is called Roller. Oh shit. And then no daughter of mine's gonna be a low-down, dirty double-dicker. Dad, what's a double-dicker? Oh shit, what's the name of this movie? Picnic. Oh yeah, Picnic. This was years ago. Picnic Face made a movie years ago, and it's a Picnic Face movie. If you know Roller Town. Thank you, Unlammy. If you know what If you know Picnic Face at all, you'll know what to expect with their movie. Super good time.
This is a tiny room to fight those mini-boss in. Not a fan.
Roller Town. That's the name of the movie. Roller Town.
Ow.
Yeah. That's right. Jack has ADD. That's why he needs to drink so much coffee. There is a link to that, according to my therapist. And yes, Tabachev is right, or Tabbage of Quip. I've been diagnosed
say
with
his name different
ADHD.
every single stream.
It's a lot of consonants, right?
Yes.
It's a lot of consonants right next to each other. I'm just gonna call you Tab.
That's what I call it.
Yeah. And I don't know how true this is. This is just what my therapist told me, is that like there is no ADD diagnosed. It's all under the umbrella of ADHD. Mine would be defined though as ADD if they still use those terms, but it's yeah. This is just like I said, as far as I understand it. Taba. Ooh, yeah, Taba. That's better. That's better than Tab.
All right, we're back to the next boss. Back to the first boss that killed me
Great.
the first time.
First boss. And Dingus says it's not ADSD anymore because we are 4K now. Excellent joke.
Let me in. Andrew Hickenbottom donated £5 today. I just wanted to say I really appreciate all the regular streams, nice company, and laughs. Did that guy shoot me when I was down all the way here? What a jackass.
Oh, that's hilarious. You're doing good work. Hey, thanks, Andrew Hickenbottom. We appreciate that support. Oh! Oh, hold on. I think I'm getting a spam call. Ooh. Let's see here. Hello? Ow! Oh, thank you for choosing Visa. Oh, that's not a fun spam call. I got some really good spam calls the other
nuts.
yeah, well, I got some really fun ones, like of people like who are like, your Amazon account has been hacked. And it's like, no, it hasn't.
Man, I'm pretty sure like some troll online took my email address and put me on every mailing list possible. 'Cause I just can't get away from them.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting mailing lists for like Purina food. I've never bought Purina in my life. To my work account, like why?
Right. Lost Toad. Yeah, I agree with Speakeasy. Do I recommend drugs for ADHD? That is a conversation for you, your doctor, and your mental health provider. That is not an answer that I can answer. I can say that I have had success with ADHD medication alongside other non-medicine methods like meditation, journaling, that sort of thing. I don't think there's one solution. I think it's a all-around solution, but I have found success in that. Yeah, talk to your doctor. I'm not a medical professional or a mental health professional.
And too many people on Twitter think they are.
I'm only an expert. I'm
there
only
are so
an
many
expert
people
in Star
on Twitter
Wars.
that give out mental health advice that should not be doing it.
Right.
I hate it. I hate when people do it.
Yeah.
Ow!
Ooh, nice one, Deb Z Scrub. I'm not going to repeat it, but very funny. Yeah, and well, and that's the thing, Slater. You know, some people are sharing in chat like how they were on medication and didn't feel normal till they were off it, and that's why it's different for everyone. And it's also about having those follow-up conversations with your doctor about, oh, I don't feel right. Maybe I need a little less. Maybe I need a little bit more. Adjusting your medication. That's why you talk to doctors and mental health professionals. That's what I did, and in general, I feel much better afterwards.
Ooh, I can actually use this data cube that I found.
Ooh.
These are how you unlock new items that you haven't unlocked before. And I played 20 hours and I've only unlocked 8 out of 18 of these things, so there's still plenty to do.
Oh, so you're unlocking items that'll like add to the random pool?
Yep.
Oh, cool, cool.
Yep, and there's a lot of them. So there's a lot of enemies in this game. There's a lot of items in this game. Like one of the reviews I read was like lamenting that it's the same enemies all the time, which tells me they probably didn't even get out of the first area. Because there was a lot of different enemies.
Like you said, if they're tough, right? If it's a tough game,
it's not that bad.
I wish I could comment on it. Sony.
Yeah.
Sony.
We got 15 minutes.
Sony. What? 15 minutes. 15 minutes.
I've done everything I wanted to do in the 2 hours. I can't really show off anything else without it being spoilery.
On to lockpicking then. So, this is your basic.
Okay, we're going to level 3.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I'm just kidding. I'm not going that way.
Oh, right, because that's spoilery.
Yeah. It's not really the place I need to go to continue, because there's something secret you can do, and that's way farther in the game that I can go. So like I'm trying to get that done, but I can't do it because people are watching my stream.
That's fine. You don't have to. Just keep playing the early levels. We'll talk about bullshit. It'll be great.
Yep. Well, I just finished both the early levels, so
I'll play them again.
That is a nice thing. You can just go back and fight those bosses as many times as you want.
Right.
Don't have to start a new game plus or anything. There is no PT bit in this game, so I literally just passed the house. There's just this story stuff in the house. It's not a horror game. I guess that's the new thing that people are doing. Anytime there's like a good looking house in a game, it's like, oh, it's BT like. Okay.
Oh. and not knowing anything about PT.
Yep.
I think that's funny.
So I'm just gonna sit here and let people look at the nice vista.
It's a great vista, Nick. It's a great vista.
Yeah.
You know what?
This game, I can't believe at the amount of fun I've had with this game. I just did not think I did not think I would like a roguelite. And now now that I really like this, I really want to go back and play Hades for the first time.
Yeah.
You haven't played it yet, or have you?
I have not played it yet. No, I'm waiting for a Switch version. I can only imagine
it's on Switch.
that
It's been on Switch forever. It's been on Switch forever.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I don't know. I think like Hades is a game that I think I will enjoy, but I'm also afraid to try it because I know it is universally loved. And I also know me, and it's like I have a very particular set of tastes, and I can definitely see me being like that one bitch who's like, I didn't like it, and everyone jumping down my throat. So I think that's part of the reason why I haven't played it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hades has a physical copy now. Ooh, great. Oh, maybe is that what I was waiting for? Was that new that Hades just came out?
Yeah, that's new. That it has a physical copy now.
That's what I was waiting for, so I could
actually
have a cartridge.
Saying that. Yeah.
I like a cartridge. Hey, but Smarch, thanks for the $2 American. Before the stream ends, Carter took the super serum. Oh, you think? That's Falcon Winter Soldier talk.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I think Darren is frustratingly correct, as he usually is, in that they have left themselves very open for a face turn with Sharon, where she can at any point, like, they haven't committed to anything lockstep with Sharon, so at any point she could be like, actually it was this, which is to me the most frustrating part about Sharon during Falcon Winter Soldier is, like, once again, not a lot to do.
Some people are saying no spoilers because they haven't watched it yet for Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
It's been out for weeks. It's been out for weeks.
It only finished a week ago.
So Sharon was introduced. The people know that Sharon's on the show.
Yeah, she is in the cover art.
Right. Right. How are you? Oh, that's what we can talk a little bit about Monster Hunter Rise. That's right.
I haven't even started it yet.
Let me tell you about also Mr. Black Darkness 666. Thanks for the €2. Would Rich Evans ever guest star on an Escapist stream? Let's just say no.
Yeah. People ask this every day. Might be new here, but yep.
It's almost as if Rich Evans decided not to stream anymore. That's weird. Isn't that weird? If he ever wants to, he can. He knows what I do. We talk about things all the time. We're just going to say no, though. You know what? I'm not going to allow him to. That's what I'm going to say. I'm not allowing him to. If that makes it easier for you, I will not allow it.
I won't allow him to.
There we go. Monster Hunter Rise. Nick.
Yeah.
This game sucks.
What game? Monster Hunter?
Monster Hunter Rise.
Yes. Okay.
The game, technically speaking, I believe really sucks, but I'm enjoying it all the time.
Yeah.
How is that possible?
You must like the gameplay that much.
I don't know. It's okay. So here's the thing, is like there's a lot of fun elements. I love like just walking around the areas and finding plants for crafting material, and just exploring, finding new monsters. That's really great. I love like the just like the explore missions that you can go on where you don't have a time limit and you can just fuck around. Love that, right? The fighting is really floaty. Like the actual combat is really floaty and incredibly button mashy, and it's just you're just thumping down on the buttons while occasionally dodging. So the combat is not necessarily engaging.
I don't know if have you learned all the move sets? You haven't mastered your weapon yet, have you? What weapon are you using?
Yeah, I'm using the hunter's horn.
Okay, so you've mastered all the different, it's not just the same attack over and over again. There's a lot of different moves you can do.
There are 3 moves you can do.
I would guarantee you there are more than 3.
There, as far as there's some variations, but the combat feels very mashy. The enemies themselves, the monsters that you are hunting, are incredible bullet sponges.
What's the difference between that and a boss in Dark Souls?
Because I don't feel like a Dark Souls boss. I feel like I'm engaged in that combat because I'm watching for their tells, and I don't feel the same with the monsters. Now, here's the thing. I'm complaining about this. I am playing a lot of Monster Hunter Rise and liking it, but I think it sucks.
I don't. Well, I mean, the monsters definitely have tells at the harder ones if you're still fighting just the easier ones.
I'm in the 4th area.
Oh. You're pretty far into the game. I don't know how far that is. That's not very far in.
Well, I've upgraded my weapon a bunch. I fought a bunch of monsters. Like, I'm feeling great. About most of the game, I'm not having a very good time in combat. And it might just be because I'm just using the hunter's horn. That's it. I'm not using any other weapon. But I feel like the combat is the worst part of the game. Like, if it was just dressing up my cat and dog and going exploring, like hunting for like little berries and shit, I would really like that. But the big monster hunts are the worst.
You must be enjoying it more than you think that you are if you're sticking with it.
No, I'm enjoying it.
I know.
I like it.
You must be enjoying the combat loop more than you think you are, otherwise you wouldn't stick with it.
Maybe. I don't know. It feels like I shouldn't enjoy it, is the weird thing about Monster Hunter Rise. I like...
Just don't think too hard about it. Play the game.
I don't know. Like, and it could just be the horn. Like, so the way the hunter's horn works, there's a couple of ways to do it. The way I'm using it is, it has 3 effects that also affect me. So like I see in the chat some people are saying I'm using a support weapon when I'm not playing with other people. I have been playing online with other people though. Like, I've been joining their matches, so it's not just solo. But the way the hunter horn works is you can choose up to 3 buffs to give yourself and your fellow hunters. Or you can hit like hit attack A, attack B, attack BX, and then hit a special attack, and you can give all hunters all 3 buffs. And that's the way the horn works. It's just like, so like with the horn, you are literally doing the same thing over and over again. A, B, BX, ZRX. That's it for the whole fight.
For most of any combat game you would play.
What?
Pretty much the same thing you do in any other hack and slash game.
Exactly, but that's the thing. It's hack and slash. It's mindless. It's a mindless fighting system. And with how much health the enemies have, you go in there, you hit the enemy, you roll away. You go in there, you hit the enemy, you roll away. And I don't feel like it's very dynamic. I think there is some joy. There's a little bit of joy in the trap system, which I found myself liking a lot.
Yeah.
Which is, if you get the enemy down to a certain level of exhaustion or health, you can set a trap and then, toss some tranquilizers at them so you can trap them and you get bonus things. And I like that. That's fun too. Like I said, I am enjoying it, but I don't think I should be. Or this is one of those questions where people say, is there a game that's so bad it's good? And this might be it for me.
Maybe your opinion will change when you play with KC and I.
Maybe. I feel like also like the menu system is so overbearing.
Yeah, that's Capcom for you.
The amount of text tutorials, I'm gonna call it criminal. Like the amount of text tutorials in the first 5 minutes of the game is absolutely unnecessary. But yeah, I'm just finding combat to be not that engaging, but all the other aspects of it I really like. I really like choosing your meal beforehand. I really like finding all the components for your tranquilizer bomb and for this bomb and for this bomb and gathering components and mixing stuff. You get to play dress up with cats and dogs, Nick. That's amazing.
None of that stuff I care about. I just like the combat.
So yeah. Jack, you're going to be OP when you first play with Nick and Casey? I will be, and it'll be great. I think I will. I think I am going to try to change up my weapons. I want to try one of the gun weapons. I think that could be fun.
Yeah, I can't really say anything because I don't know what's all in Rise because I haven't even opened it yet. But I just finished World, and by the time I got to the end of that, it was pretty fucking tough. And you saw on stream when I was fighting those Elder Dragons, like they get a lot more creative with their attacks and stuff, and so I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what the end game of Rise is like.
No, and like I said, I keep going back to it. I've been playing it almost every day. I'm enjoying myself, but I haven't figured out why yet. Do I like the wire bug stuff? Oh yes, Sigma gears. That's love.
KC. That's KC.
Of course, Sigma. Well, Casey, yes. I like the wire bug stuff. That's a great one. It's great to just like zoom around the level. That's super fun, but it's also, Casey, like super fun to like Spider-Man thwip into an enemy into an attack. That's super badass. I think that's really neat. I don't know. I have all these mixed feelings about it, and overall I'm enjoying it, but I don't like a lot of aspects of it.
I mean, I guess I can understand that because, like, World, I literally just enjoyed the combat loop. I didn't really care about all the extra stuff in it. So, I mean, I guess I can understand that there's just, if for some reason you don't know why you like something, you just like it anyway.
No, and like I said, I'm enjoying it. I want the combat to work a little bit differently. Like what I kept waiting for was, and maybe this is just a world thing or an Elder Dragon thing, but I wanted to do limb damage to the monsters I was fighting, and I wasn't. You know how you were doing, like you were like cutting off their tails and stuff,
right?
And so that could just be an Elder Dragon thing, but I was expecting that with all of the larger monsters, where it's like, oh, if I attack its head'll be hurt more, or its leg, it'll start limping if I only attack its leg. That would be really neat. So.
Well,
but I like it. I like it. I think it's a fun game because you get to play dress up with cats and dogs, and that's super fun.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, we have 4 minutes left, so the good news is that Jack can go back to Monster Hunter Rise and maybe figure out why he likes it. So tomorrow, Jesse and I think KC will be back on for another throwback stream.
Ooh.
Saturday we're playing a new game for game night that just came out as well called Scavengers. It's a PvE PvP game, which is like objective based. You fight a bunch of stuff in the world and try to collect.
That sounds like a lot of PP.
Yeah. Scavengers, honey money. It's called Scavengers. The live page is already up on the Escapist live channel, so if you want to watch that, be sure to set a reminder on that. And then Monday, I'll be back for the editor's hour for more of my getting my ass kicked in Bloodborne. We're at the first boss of the DLC on New Game Plus, Jack, and I'm terrified of fighting it again.
Go back to regular game, man.
I'd have to play through the whole first part again. No, I'm doing this. I need to regain my honor from KC. I need that feeling of what I got from Sekiro when I overcame that challenge again. Even if it results in me like literally banging my head through a window, that's fine.
Well, good luck to you. I like just also remember with the Bloodborne DLC, take a moment and just like enjoy the new weapons, the new monsters, the new horror. Enjoy the newness of it. Take a moment.
Yep.
Stop and smell the corpses.
No, that because I'm running away from all the blood sucking bugs down there. And then Wednesday, for the first time, we will be playing Monster Hunter Rise, Casey, Jack, and I in the evenings.
Next week, Wednesday.
Yep, next week, Wednesday, for the whole month of May. We're going to do Monster Hunter Rise streams from 7 to 9 p.m. Central, so make sure you're there for that.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be super fun, and apparently I'm going to be really OP, so you guys, you're welcome.
Yeah. Other than that, if you wanted to hear more about Returnal, because I know there wasn't a whole lot to talk about, because I couldn't talk a whole lot without spoiling things, you can go watch the Escapist Show episode with Marty and I on that, and then Marty and I will also be back next week for a similar video for Resident Evil Village. So you'll get two episodes of the Escapist Show next week, but you won't get a regular Escapist Show episode this weekend.
That's right. Once again, Nick has replaced me.
Nope. Omar's working on the Spiritfarer documentary.
That's right. Well, but you have you and Marty.
Oh yeah. Well, that's because you don't have access to a PS5 because Sony doesn't like you.
No, I'm sorry, Sony. What have I done? I'm
Anyways,
sorry.
You can follow me on Twitter at NickJCal. You can follow Jack on Twitter for his bad Monster Hunter takes at Harlack.
That's right. Just here for the worst Monster Hunter takes. You're welcome.
And we'll
for saying I enjoyed it.
You enjoy it, but you hate it.
I enjoy it, but I think it has some problems. But overall, I'm having a really good time. I'm sorry for such a controversial opinion.
Yeah, you can't like things on Twitter.
I can't. You can't like things or hate things or be neutral.
That's true.
So,
neutral's the worst. That's when you call the Nazi.
Neutral is honestly the worst.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. I'll always remember that scene for the first time, that if you're neutral, you're a Nazi.